Hey, what's up guys, it's Kazoo here, and welcome to episode 4 of Skid into Glory. And we're going to start today's episode off by going into the first game of this episode, and we come up against a Barclays Premier League side in the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. And after 4 minutes, we already conceded our first goal. It is Danny Welbeck to make it 1-0 for my opponent, and that was basically it for the first half. As you can see from the stats, we had 0 shots on target, and my opponent had also a lot more possession than. We're in the second half, only 4 minutes in. He passes it across to, again, Danny Welbeck, and he makes it 2-0. So again, not the greatest start to that half. Then we move on here in the 52nd minute. It's Jackson Martinez on the ball. We pull off a couple skill moves there, a lovely fake shot, a nice turn, and we try out a shot, and we actually do make it 2-1 to get that consolation goal. But then only a few minutes later, he crosses it over to the back post yet again to Danny Welbeck, who completes his hat-trick and make it 3-1 for my opponent. So I really thought it was game over because we barely created anything during this game. But luckily enough, straight from kickoff, we actually picked up a free kick. And I decided to have a look at the players' free kick stats because I wasn't really too sure which player basically had the best stats. So I decided to use Quaresma because of his 92 curve. And now look at this, an awesome free kick there from Quaresma to make it 3-2. And especially the curve around the wall and into the back of the net. A lovely goal there from Quaresma to once again give us that consolation goal. Then straight from kickoff, he decided to pass it back to his defender. I knew it was coming. He decided to go with the kickoff glitch, but luckily enough, we do defend it. Then we pick it up here with Shikabala. We pass it off to Quaresma, who passes it over to Jackson Martinez. Cuts in with a Ronaldo chop, tries out the shot, and we do make it 3-3, completely against the balance of play because my opponent was the far better player. Also in the 87th minute, he hits the post there with Wilfried Boney, and then 1 minute later, once again with Boney, he creates some space, tries out a shot, and hits the post. So yeah, we got very lucky towards the end of the game, especially with those kind of chances. But yeah, in the 90th minute we did get a chance as well with Shikabala, although the shot wasn't really that great. And to be fair, if we actually scored that goal, it would have been so undeserved. So yeah, luckily for my opponent, we missed that shot. But anyway, the game ended in a 3-3, which I guess was still maybe a little bit undeserved, but I would take it any day, of course. So yeah, we move on into the second game. We do apply a healing card there to Marquisio, and we move on. Well, we come up against a bit of a hybrid squad between some Liga BVA players and also from the Bundesliga. And we start off here once again with Shikabala on the ball. We pass it off to Jackson Martinez, turns around, tries out a shot with his left foot, and finish that off to make it 1-0 and give us that lead. And in the 40th minute, it's my opponent on the ball with Immobile and Aspas doing some 1-2 passing, breaking down my defense, gets his shot in, but it just goes wide. Then we move on into the second half. He has the ball there with Mkhitaryan, pulling off some skill moves, so I wasn't really too sure what to do, and then for some reason I decided to tackle this other player, no clue why. But yeah, he picks up a penalty, and as you can see, me doing some taunting work there with Buffon, my goalkeeper. So he steps up for it, and we actually do save it. A lovely save there from Buffon, who keeps us into the game. Then the 82nd minute, we go on the counter-attack with Jackson Martinez, pulling off some of the effective skill moves, the ball roll, and also the roulette, where we keep going through. We try out a shot there, but an amazing save there from his goalkeeper. But then, from a corner, we do get another chance with De Siglio. We pass it off to Shikabala, goes with a fake shot, tries out a shot, a great block there. But then I noticed that my opponent wasn't playing, wasn't really too sure if he just dropped his controller or maybe his batteries ran out. But nonetheless, though, we did get another goal there with the Siglio with our right back. So yeah, we make it 2-0 just to make sure, and that is also how the game ended. So we picked up our first 3 points in Division 9. We're currently on 4 points, so we only need 6 more points in order to secure promotion. So yeah, we move on into another game, the third one of this episode, and once again we come up against a Premier League squad with players like Hazard and also Aguero in his squad. And we start off here with Shikabala with a few body feints. We play it off to Jackson Martinez, who keeps going through, tries out a shot with his left foot at the near post, and we do make it 1-0 after 15 minutes. Then we move it into the second half. It's William Carvalho on the ball, our CDM, who doesn't really have the greatest shooting sets, but I decided to go for a shot, and as you can see, it wasn't really the best option because his shooting is absolutely terrible in this game. Then the 60th minute, only a few minutes later, it's Quaresma on the ball, a lovely ball there to Shikabala, who goes for a shot, but it just went wide. Then only 3 minutes later, some 1-2 passing there. We got a little bit lucky because his defender kind of messed up. We keep going through with Jackson Martinez, we take out his goalkeeper, and we do make it 2-0 to pretty much make it game over because my opponent barely created anything during this game. Then in the 72nd minute, it's again Shikabala on the ball. We chip it over to Jackson Martinez. I tried to chip his goalkeeper as well, but he saved it, and from the rebound we do get a header, and nonetheless, to make it 3-0, complete Jackson Martinez his hat-trick, kick, and that is also how the game ended. So as you can see, we're on 7 points now. We only need 3 more points in order to secure promotion, so hopefully we can win our next game. But before we do go into our next game, I decided to pick up a different goalkeeper because I wasn't really too happy with Buffon. He wasn't really the goalkeeper I was looking for, and I think that Leno will do a better job for me. So I decided to pick him up, and also I decided to pick up 2 new kits, the home and the away kit from Hamburg as far from the Bundesliga, which I think look pretty nice. So yeah, we do go into the final game of this episode, and once again we come against another Barclays Premier League side, which is not really a surprise anymore in FIFA. But anyway, we start over in the 4th minute with Quaresma on the ball with the skill moves, a lovely fake Rabona to a scoop turn, where we cut in with a Berber spin to a fake shot to a roulette. We try the shot with the outside of his foot, but a great save from his goalkeeper. Then the 23rd minute, it is Jackson Martinez on the ball, and you know what is going to happen when he is on the ball. He's obviously gonna score a near post finesse, and he makes it 1-0 to give us that lead yet again. Then the 40th minute, just before halftime, we do pick up a penalty. Wasn't really too sure if it was a penalty, but nonetheless though, we do step up for it with the main man, and of course he makes it 2-0 and get us another goal. Then straight from kickoff, he decided to go with some passing, and as you can see from my midfield and also my defense, I don't know what they were doing, but they were completely out of position. He gets through there with Taarabt. I tried to tackle him off the ball with Marquisio, as you can see from the replay, but we weren't really too lucky at that point. So yeah, he makes it 2-1 to get him a goal back, and then guess what? From a corner, I tried to head it away, but I just, for some reason, did a tackle, which is just so stupid. Gave away a penalty, and he makes it 2-2. So after we were 2 goals up, all of a sudden it was 2-2, and then in the second half he actually made it 3-2 with Zarate to give him that lead, which was just so stupid, especially after we were 2 goals up. So yeah, I really need to step up my game. We got a chance with Quaresma, but again, a great save there from his goalkeeper. His goalkeeper was playing very, very well, even though he was not on full chemistry. But then from a corner, it is again Jackson Martinez with the header who completes his hat-trick. And then in the 90th minute, he picks up a free kick, and guess what? He makes it 4-3, and I was really annoyed at that point. But even though I was annoyed, I still found it a pretty nice goal, especially the way he scored that goal, that free kick when he laid it off. But anyway, in the 90th minute, we picked up another corner, and guess what? We got another header into the back of the net, this time around with Ogbonna, and I seriously couldn't believe it because I barely score headers on FIFA 15. I find it so difficult to actually score from corners, but in this game we scored from 2 corners, which I just couldn't believe. I was actually thinking I was playing FIFA 14 for a second because headers on that game are just broken. But anyway, guys, that is how the game ended. We draw the game 4-4. We picked up a point. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win in the very end, which means we're still not promoted, but hopefully we can do that in the next episode, which should be out tomorrow. So yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, would be very much appreciated. And if you can hit 1,500 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. So I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.